Focus on the commas, not a call. I deposit, I do not withdraw.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Miami Dolphins. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll swing this out to Mostert. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On play action, here's Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice play on the football, and while it was tipped in the air, it made everyone a little bit anxious before falling to the ground. You just know defensive players are taught to knock the ball to the ground. But early in games, emotions come into play, nerves come into play. And despite the training, the ball was tipped up. Fortunately for them, they didn't pay for that error.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown
end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Scott on the return, out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Boston Scott, he might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
That ties the game at 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Throwing on second and long. Tua. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts on the move to his left. Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter.
Eagles 14, Dolphins 7. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Dolphins 7.
Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs is short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The 42-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They go play action with Hurts. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Eagles. Grant Calcaterra from 10 yards out. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you,
What was
maybe
that?
they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a BAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
At their own 15-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys.
There he goes left side. How about this? He's to the 10 and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 85 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. extra point and good by Sanders. And the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They give him a gain of 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's Hurts to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Calling a gain of a couple, the defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, it's Hurts. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Brandon, 3rd and goal from the 1, and they go quarterback sneak. And they expected a surge up front. The surge came from the defense.
Yeah, it looked like there was no surprise defensively. They were ready.
Yeah.
Touchdown! Albert Okwuegbunam. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Hurts will throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Gainwell. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3?
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift. as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Great stop by Darius Slay to back up the offense. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
Kick is recovered by Philadelphia.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A handoff running left is Mostert. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Out of the gun on 3rd down. Here's Tua. That is caught. He will have the 1st down and a bit more. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Mostert going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And now Tua going to try and sneak it. Then he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Tua and the Dolphins offense staying put. They'll go for 2. Tua going to try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Throwing is Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Dancing to his left. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a 1st down?
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. A.J. Brown, 32 yards. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Dolphins take over first and 10.
Take it to the house.
At their own 18-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic?
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Darius Slay with a pick. But such a costly interception.